Despite her impressive 17 million Instagram following, Ronda Rousey's post received merely a fraction of that engagement, hinting at a far less enthusiastic fan base. Fueled by accusations of hypocrisy, an inflated ego, and an unwavering sense of self-delusion, Rousey has managed to carve out a niche as one of the most polarizing figures in the realm of athletics. In a recent twist of fate, she wrecked her final career opportunity in WWE. But what fuels the widespread delight in her downfall is arrogance. Initially, Ronda's bold claims held some merit after she had dominated the fight scene for 4 years. Yet there was a glaring flaw. Most of her victories relied on a singular tactic, the armbar submission. Fans coined Ronda as a one-trick pony, recognizing her exceptional prowess in submissions but noting a significant deficiency in other MMA disciplines, particularly striking. Despite glaring weaknesses, Ronda staunchly clung to her arrogance, with her 12th and final UFC bout serving as a glaring testament to her unwavering hubris. Facing off against Holly Holm, a 19-time boxing world champion, Ronda's demeanor sharply contrasted with her opponent's humility and kindness. While Holly remained gracious, Ronda exuded arrogance, adamantly claiming invincibility. However, come fight day, Ronda faced a harsh reality check. A devastating head kick from Holly left Ronda stunned on the canvas. Despite the clear outcome, Ronda stubbornly refused to acknowledge Holly's superiority. Ronda opted for boastful explanations to justify her loss, attempting to elicit sympathy from the audience. Just a year after her defeat by Holly, Amanda Nunes swiftly ended their bout, knocking Ronda out in a mere 48 seconds. The transformation in Ronda's demeanor before and after the fight was strikingly poetic. Leading up to the showdown, media speculation swirled around Ronda's future, suggesting that anything short of an impressive victory would mark her final MMA appearance. True to their predictions, Ronda's loss spelled the end of her career in the octagon. Despite her reluctance to acknowledge her inferiority as a fighter, Ronda stumbled upon an opportunity to rebuild her public image. In January 2018, she inked a full-time contract with WWE. Following her debut match, she unexpectedly garnered adoration from the audience, with the Washington Post noting the magical shift in expectations, as fans rallied behind Rousey, even chanting yes at times. However, her favor with WWE fans was short-lived. WWE's decision to pit Ronda against the even more beloved wrestler, Becky Lynch, cast Ronda as the villain, resulting in boos from fans during every subsequent match. In a dramatic turn of events within their storyline, Becky's character got arrested, and she promptly shared the mugshots on Twitter, provoking a strong reaction from Ronda. Ronda fired back, expressing frustration and sarcastically criticized Becky's actions. In response, Becky admonished Ronda to focus on improving her skills as a WWE wrestler rather than trying to maintain an air of superiority over others. The exchange set the stage for an imminent showdown between the two. Ronda then boldly asserted her disregard for the scripted nature of their feud, vowing to deliver a beating upon their next encounter. Despite the apparent drama being orchestrated by the show, Ronda persisted in criticizing WWE on her YouTube channel. Ronda vehemently stated that she refused to partake in any scripted performances, emphasizing that her actions were genuine and not part of an act. She expressed her intention to disregard the sport that her colleagues held dear, dismissing it as fabricated and lacking authenticity. Unsurprisingly, less than a month later, WWE removed Ronda from the show. Despite this, she persisted in openly criticizing them. Ronda boldly asserted that those offended by her light-hearted jabs at professional wrestling have likely never experienced a genuine brawl. In a return to Stovo's podcast, she doubled down on her stance, playfully likening wrestling to choreographed theatrics. Yet unflinchingly, she took aim at her own fan base, lamenting the lack of gratitude and vowing never to grace the WWE stage again. 3 years down the line, Ronda pulled a complete turnaround, rejoining WWE. Yet fans couldn't shake the feeling that she never quite embraced the world of wrestling, giving off an air of superiority, whether intentional or not. The hashtag #FireRonda ignited on Twitter, foreshadowing her eventual departure from the ring just 4 months later. Left with scant career options, Ronda now finds herself a year later, penning another book, a move that has only fueled the ridicule further, turning her into a subject of amusement. In the past month, she's been hitting the podcast circuit hard, pushing her book, but then a Reddit post resurfaces, reigniting a 9-year-old controversy. Ronda Rousey still seems to be grappling with excuses for her defeat against Holly Holm. She points fingers at a faulty mouthguard and a concussion from a staircase tumble before the fight. And the excuses keep on coming during her appearance on Stovo's podcast, where she shockingly claims to be without an ACL, supposedly due to another staircase mishap. Amidst all this, Ronda boldly declares herself the ultimate fighter, boasting unprecedented speed, strength, and mastery of the game.